여기서 한 가지 의문점이 듭니다. 시장에는 이미 다양한 멀티클라우드를 관리하기 위한 솔루션들이 나와 있습니다. 멀티클러스터 매니지먼트, CMP, 클라우드 매니지먼트 포탈 등. F5 디스크 클라우드 서비스의 가장 큰 차별점은 클라우드와 쿠버네티스에 익숙치 않은 네트워크, 보안, IT 운영자들도 쉽게 할 수 있는 사용자 경험을 SaaS로 애자일하게 제공하는 것입니다.
So there is many differences, right? So one of them is we are not only thinking about Kubernetes clusters, right? We are thinking more from a customer's application and services point of view. And to deliver that, the customer may need many Kubernetes clusters, or he may not need many Kubernetes clusters. We don't want the customer to think about that, right? We want the customer to think about his applications, how he's going to architect the application, what are the services he needs to provide, and we deliver that. Whether it requires one Kubernetes cluster, whether it requires 100, that's our problem, right? So that's one difference in how we think. But underlying implementation is also very different. So if you look at Rancher or even Anthos or Microsoft Arc, or there are other small startups also in this space, right? They are still thinking about how to manage many Kubernetes clusters. My view is, why should anybody manage any Kubernetes clusters, right? So that's the difference in thought process. I don't want customers to think about, this is my cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3, cluster 1000. What's happening with my master node on 1000 clusters? That's my problem, right? So we don't expose the Kubernetes cluster to customers most of the time. We tell them, use Kubernetes APIs to deploy the applications, right? Use our networking and security APIs to secure your applications and connect them. But don't worry about Kubernetes.
I see.
Don't worry about networking. Don't worry about cryptography. Don't worry about key management. That's our problem. My goal is, as an application developer, you don't need to understand any of the clouds, right? You don't need to worry about the operations in the cloud. You just need to focus on your application.
I see.
But in the cloud management portal, you still need to understand the cloud, which cloud you want to deploy, which VPCs, how to create the security groups. All it is doing is hiding the complexity, but it's not removing the complexity, right? So our goal is, don't hide it, remove it.
Conclusion of today's talk is this. Hey, forget about security, cloud technology, and Kubernetes technology. We will cover it. You will only focus on your own business and your own app. Is
correct?
Right?
Correct. You got it perfectly right. Thank you for summarizing it.